Probably clicked on this video to wonder, I'm locking in, I'm doing everything I need to do, but there's no one in my corner apart from maybe my parents. And you might not even have like parents in your corner, but anyway, no one in my corner is really vouching out for me, and like no one's really clapping their hands. Here's the harsh truth. In my case, I go to the library alone, the gym alone, and I do work on my business alone. And there's only one person clapping his hands. You know who that is? Me. This motherfucker. The journey to the top is, it's like a solo maze run, right? You are doing something or trying to do something that 99% of people that are average, by the way, are not even trying to do. Like it's so, I know, it's so invigorating, so exhausting, so like very infuriating that you have to do this on your own, but that's just the reality. Because if you were doing something and you had people surrounding you, you're not actually doing something exceptional. You're doing something that everyone else wants you to do. You're putting on a facade, a mask, a little pussy hug box to let people know, oh yeah, I'm cool. When in reality, if you were doing something hard that's incredibly challenging, you know what people would do? Think you're weird, think you're a fucking like crazy donut, and just distance themselves from you. That's the reality. I got all this information from a lot of people smarter than me. Because like, I'm not a smart dude. I'm not. I'm just a guy that gets good information from good people. And I feel like on my self-improvement journey, from getting to this point where I'm like trying to build my business, trying to get my studies right, trying to get my own self spiritually right, trying to get pretty much every facet of my life just in a good place, especially my physique. And during a energy deficit, aka a calorie deficit, yes, that sucks. I have to track every single calorie like a fucking microscope and calorie max till failure. It sucks, I know, it's so bad. But it is what it is. And I'm trying to not complain about this, and listening and working every single day, going to the library, even I'm gonna stay up and work today. It's so like, it feels like you're alone, but guys, that's what you have to get through. This very thing that you're doing, this is the point when 99% of the population quit and they go back to their friends, and their friends are like, oh, welcome back. But in reality, they are welcoming you back to their mediocrity, right? They are welcoming you back to the person you once were, the old you. And are you gonna let that happen? The answer is no, and you shouldn't, right? I know that, you know, I could go back to my old self, you know, the guy that was eating junk food every single day, not caring about his life, not trying to talk to new people or approach new people, you know, not trying to improve his health. And you know, because after uploading content and trying to improve my fitness account, trying to take risks, this has been, in my opinion, the most isolating thing, like experience that I've had in my life. It feels like I'm all alone, but that's the reality. Not a lot of people get through it, and the one thing that's keeping me going is that if I get through this hard part, my whole life, right, will change. It's just this part I have to get through. That's emotionally draining, emotionally like sucks the life out of you. It makes you think you're crazy, because you are. You're doing something that so many people just fail to do, and if you succeed, there's a huge payoff. So I want you to remember that, dude, you're doing just fine. It's just how it is. Being lonely is not a bad thing, right? It was never a bad thing, because when 99% of the population is just mediocre, doesn't have a dream, doesn't have an ambition, goes out on Sundays, gets hungover, goes back to the Monday, goes back to clocking into the 9 to 5 shift, goes back to smoking their weed or smoking vapes and all that shit. I've seen it all, right? Like, do you want to be with those people? The answer is no. So I'd rather be the weirdo that tries something crazy and gets something out of it, rather than being that next dude that just is known for being like everyone else. And that's my motivation. That's my purpose. Because I want to be me, not another cog in what is a very sad, pathetic, and very bland world, because it's so easy to be great. It just takes a little bit of patience. So remember that. You're gonna get there one day, dude. It just takes a bit of time and a bit of perseverance, because if you master being lonely, you will have so much confidence in your own skin that you can like feel like great just being alone and working. And when you eventually get the right people in your life, you're gonna feel so good. So you'll get there, man. You will. I promise you, you will. And this is a reminder to everyone else.